It's a special holiday edition of Falmouth in Focus, and there's no big agenda. Just sit back and take in some of the scenes that make this town so special around this time of year. Falmouth's generosity and joy is on full display, and it gets started right now. Hello and welcome to Falmouth in Focus, the holiday edition. I'm Michael Kasparian.
And I'm Eileen Preston. Well, 'tis the season. It's the season of giving, and we're going to start right off with an abundant story of giving. The 12th annual Falmouth Police Stuff a Cruiser to benefit the Toys for Tot program, serving Cape Cod families during the holiday season.
All I have to say is you have to bring more presents, so I'm going to steal the truck. They think I'm helping them, but I'm really not. I'm just going to take the truck when it's full.
I'm Officer Curtis Demetris. I've been with the Falmouth Police Department for a couple months. I worked for another agency down Cape before this. Today we're collecting Toys for Tots. We've been doing it for the past couple weekends. This is our final day, and we're hoping to get a lot of toys today. We got a lot already, and we're having a good day here and very excited to be here. The department's been a part of it for a long time. The U.S. Marine Corps Toys for Tots. It's about for helping children who are less fortunate, families gathering Christmas gifts for them and making sure that they can enjoy their holiday. I believe we collected a few thousand so far. From today, we've collected several hundred already. Someone dropped off a bunch of stuff earlier. We got a truck back here from Red Man Construction. They just dropped off a bunch of stuff. So it's a good community event. Everyone's been doing a really good job participating and making everyone fortunate and having a good holiday.
Michael, not only did Falmouth citizens come out in droves, stuffing not just a cruiser, but I think they stuffed an entire long-bedded truck with toys, but also the sergeants and the lieutenants donated about $500 themselves, and then the Patrolmen's Union donated another $500. Thank you to all who gave, so others would enjoy a happy holiday, and to FCTV member Bruce Soulet for that story.
Well, it's amazing, so generous in this town, and let's keep that theme going.
Yeah.
I pay a visit to the Falmouth Service Center. As the temperature drops into the 30s and below, Karen Delaney and her team over there have been working hard to get some warm clothing to the folks who need it most. Here's a look.
We've always had a children's holiday program. Pre-COVID, it was toys. And then after COVID, we had to switch because toys took about 150 volunteers to pull off that program. So we had to switch up the program. And what we were finding from parents was they really wanted to go shopping themselves. So we started this winter coat, hat, glove program, and a gift card so that they could go shopping themselves. That's proved to be a big hit with parents because they're coming in here and they're looking through coats, so they're shopping here. But the coats are all for free. And they're all brand new coats. And also they get a gift card to go shopping for the kids. Our mission is to ease hunger and reduce stress and connect people who are in need. And this is a key program. The holidays is one of the most stressful times of year for people. And knowing that you're going to get a brand new winter coat, which are expensive, plus the hats, plus the gloves for your kids, and have a gift card so that you can go shopping yourself, it just really reduces the stress for parents. We also have a turkey basket program at Thanksgiving. We have a back to school program. So this is for our enrolled families. There's a lot of assistance points during the year in addition to our food program.
It's a pleasure just to see the joy on the children's faces, and it's satisfaction too. It makes me feel good. But I feel better seeing the little kids especially. I do the backpack back to school program with the backpacks, and we used to buy clothes for the children. And I always remember this one little girl opened her box when she got it, and she was screaming for her mother, "I got my pink shirt! I got my pink shirt!" It just makes you feel, makes you feel good.
the community has been absolutely amazing all day long. We've been getting coats donated. We've had the Falmouth pickleball community donating, church groups donating, faith organizations, local businesses donating coats, hats, gloves. Some of the schools have been collecting for us. It's just been an amazing show of generosity from the town. I mean, the outpouring of volunteers that come through, the donations, the monetary donations, the coat donations at school time, the backpack donations. It's an amazing community that we live in, and we're just so grateful to have this kind of support for the community to help people, neighbors in need.
There's just 1 or 2 times a year when the Main Street traffic disappears and residents can walk right in the middle of the road, which is good for jaywalkers like you and I. It's the annual holiday stroll, culminating in the lighting of the village green just after dark. And the fellow next to me has a little something to do with it.
It is indeed a magical kind of night, and we've got some scenes to share with you now.
My fingers are so cold.
Nice.
How are you? Merry Christmas from Dogs and Hogs. We got chili going on. We got pulled pork going on.
This is our 1927 Aaron's Fox. It was Falmouth's original engine 2 back in 1927. The last time this would have been in use was up until the 50s and 60s. The truck's never left Falmouth. It's never been restored. It's almost 100 years old. And we just want to keep that just bit of history left with the department. We never want to let it go.
As a worship leader, it isn't until we sing Silent Night that I can let go and begin to feel Christmas for myself. We are part of a tradition that extends to 1708. We gather and we raise our voices together. We pride ourselves on being open and welcoming and wanting people to think of this as their community church.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have to coordinate with the DPW, Falmouth Police, Falmouth Fire and Rescue. And, you know, we couldn't do it without the partnerships. I mean, really without the town. I mean, the DPW really does the lion's share of the work in coordinating, getting everything done.
Yeah.
Really, just kudos to them. Hats out. Do you feel like a Santa's elf or what?
I am.
Yeah,
I
totally.
am,
Yeah.
Michael, I saw Susan, your coworker, in that package, so that's wonderful that you guys were out there doing that together.
Yeah, we do it every year. It's been 16 years now, and a lot of fun. The culmination of that event is amazing with all the moving parts which we were talking about. So really just want to reiterate that to our audience out there, that it really takes so many people, takes a village, right, to make it happen.
Yeah,
So,
and probably weeks of work too, right? Yeah.
Months of work.
Months of work.
Great.
Ah, all right, well, kudos to you.
Thank you. Well, on that note, let's take a quick break and we'll relive the day of the big parade.
Mom, can you have this one?
Sí, mi amor. I'm sure they will love it.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you doing? Got some toys to donate.
All right. Thanks for your donation.
Thank you very much.
No matter how you choose to give, your donation sends a message of hope to millions of less fortunate children across America, so they too can enjoy the magic of Christmas.
There is hope. Share your thoughts.
Talk to us.
Be a lifeline.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
As these colder months set in, heating and energy bills can become a significant burden for many households. For those who don't qualify for federal or state energy assistance, there's another option available to help keep the lights and heat on.
The Massachusetts Good Neighbor Energy Fund, now in its 40th year, provides energy assistance to residents in temporary crisis who are struggling to pay their energy bills. With the support of sponsoring energy companies and generous neighbors, the fund has raised over $25 million and assisted more than 96,000 households since it began in 1985.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We recently sat down with a representative from Eversource to learn more about how this fund operates and how it's making a difference in our own community.
You know, heat in New England it's not a luxury item, and we hit those financial hard times, and sometimes people who have never really dealt with real financial calamity, real financial tough times, are experiencing it maybe for the first time, and we're here to say there are places to go. You're not in this alone. You know, the Good Neighbor Energy Fund was designed it's not for people who are already receiving that financial aid, receiving the help with the heat. This is for people who have hit that stumbling block, and this is a way to pay the bill, any utility bill. And this is because this is run by the Salvation Army. The Salvation Army will take that $400 and deliver it directly to the utility of your choice. So it's one more way to say, okay, let's stop, let's think about this, let's get a handle on it. Oh, here's a good way to start, the Good Neighbor Energy Fund. It is easy to sign up for. It is administered again by the Salvation Army. Said you can find a Salvation Army, the one closest to you. That you can also do online, unless you already know where you can go and to sign up. But again, it's one of those really good steps in working with really good people to start to get your ship righted. And the Good Neighbor Energy Fund, by the way, runs through the spring and can run into the summer if it is funded. That's why we also ask people, please make those donations and make that, keep that fund viable for people, because you may not realize it right now in December, and you may not realize it in January, but towards the end of the heating season is when you may look at it and realize that the bill is very high, and whatever has happened, you need that intervention. You are going to need that money. So look at the Good Neighbor Energy Fund and also talk to the people who administer it, see if you qualify, and then see what else you qualify for. These are people that are used to working with people in tough situations, and they will also help guide you in a way, I think, that will make you comfortable. I think that they have a way of bringing the temperature down on whatever it is that's happening and saying, okay, how are we going to deal with it? What is the best plan? How can we help? Let's get the Good Neighbor Energy Fund working for you. And let's also encourage people to donate to the Good Neighbor Energy Fund and keep that fund
The Good Neighbor Energy Fund is a lifeline for so many residents who might otherwise fall through the cracks.
It is indeed, and that work is amazing. If you know someone who could benefit from the program, or even yourself, and you'd like to donate or support a neighbor in need, visit magoodneighbor.org to learn more. But also, you know, when you get your bill, there's also, this time of year, there's a separate envelope and a place where you can make a donation.
Check that off, right?
Absolutely.
A lot of quiet need out there, but real need too.
There is.
It's getting colder. Highfield's Kitchen up the hill has been baking up some holiday challah. You know, Michael, that's the braided bread with the fruit in it from the Jewish tradition, right?
I know it well,
Yeah.
very well, actually.
Yeah, delicious.
Dr. Teresa Jones, a convert to Judaism, used her science background to dial in the perfect blend of yeast, flour, and fruit. And she recently gave visitors a lesson in challah-ology. Challah-ology. I think it's challah-ology. And yes, that's a word. I'm declaring it. Take a look.
It's in the dictionary now.
So it's traditional to have, instead of the normal braided challah, to have the round challah to make it special for a holiday. And also the symbolism is of the continuity of a circle. You know, a year ends, a year begins, the seasons change, and one leads to another. So that's what, you know, kind of the symbolism of the challah. And it also has the raisins to make it special, but also it's sweet. It's sweeter to welcome in a sweet new year. So perfectly fine to do it for a calendar new year as well as the Jewish New Year.
Good.
So we can separate it. We can.
It's a little hot right now.
So. Okay, well then we can wait and you can have it a little bit later.
Your muffins are warm, so try those, and then in a couple minutes I'll pull this apart. It's too hot even for my hands. So.
Okay.
Okay.
So the whole challah thing, I mean, the idea of a challah, what challah means is, and it's in the book of Numbers, is that you take a bit of the bread, you throw it in the fire as a sacrifice. And so Orthodox families will do that even now. They'll make their challah, they'll take some of the bread and, you know, burn it to make it kind of a offering kind of thing. But now people generally call the bread the challah, not the piece that goes into the non-existent fire. This kind of the braiding challah started in southern Germany and Austria in the 1400s. And that time period is important, and it relates actually to the Stollen too. This, and we'll get into that more when we talk about the yeasts. But it was a time when they were really kind of developing baking more, you know, they had enough ingredients and they had, you know, some changes in the yeast so that they were able to really experiment with bread. The round challah goes back to the 1700s in Ukraine. And what we do with it is we go down, our families goes down to Gansett Beach, where you have this beautiful sunset, one of the few places on the East Coast where you can actually see the sunset. And then we, the holiday begins at sunset, so we say some prayers, we have some wine, and then you dip the challah and apples and honey, again to welcome in a sweet new year. And it's always been kind of magical to be down at the beach. I'm sure you all have your beach experience, but I remember one year we're in with some friends. We had little lawn chairs there watching the thing.
Plates, please,
and
so that
all
I can
these
do the hollow.
seagulls came up. I'm not making this up. But they were all like, they kind of came and they were in the water, like watching the whole thing. It was like they were, you know, part of the ceremony. So
I think they were reincarnations of all relatives and friends and Woods Hole people.
Maybe.
Michael, we should mention that that event was hosted by Highfield Hall and the Woods Hole Historical Museum. And the recipes are from their updated cookbook, Woods Hole Cooks Something Up for the 21st Century. Dr. Jones contributed to the book, and it recently won 2 local awards for New England Book of the Year and Best Community Cookbook.
I'll bet there's a lot of good recipes in there.
I bet maybe some challah.
Yeah. We'll check it out. As you know, our town's holiday parade is a great way to walk off all that bread. And we're fortunate this year. We had relatively pleasant weather. In fact, I would say it was a 10 out of 10, given some of the past years. So I was very happy with it.
Yeah, that's right. No precipitation, which means no sparks or short circuits were reported from the FCTV van this year, where our crew caught all the action live. Here's a little review of some of the day's fun.
Don't you want to get out there and dance? I bet they're warm.
Oh, they're certainly putting on a good performance for the crowd.
Lots of cheering, we hear excitement, and it looks like all ages.
Oh yeah. We got some younguns, and then we got some teenagers. Happy to see everybody getting involved with them. They're really riling up the
They
crowd.
reached
Great.
new heights, winning national and world championships, a testament to their hard work and talent.
Oh, that's incredible.
Let's enjoy their dancing and celebrate their achievements. Great.
Another talented group of kids. I can barely walk on flat land, much less skate on the ice. I know these kids do a great job. Pretty impressive flow, my goodness.
Yes, practicing the art of science and tree care.
Proud local arborists practicing eco-conscious tree care. We have the Falmouth Commodores.
And then it looks like we have the Mass Maritime Academy Band and Honor Guard.
Precision is the word I would use.
Talent. Through all that they do, they're able to offer free services to children, burn victims, and other programs. And they've been doing this for a long time. So as much as they show on the fun, the hard work that they do is admirable. And at the end is Rudolph, a small ROV, remote operated vehicle, used to all different kinds of research. And at last, it's Santa's sleigh! It looks like he has his Navy cruiser model out for today, the USS North Pole, hull number 25.
You know, I have to tell you, before you wrap that up, it's very interesting. We had 65 groups this year. And the best part about it was the majority of the groups were local organizations or businesses that put in either walking groups or floats. And that's really the whole point of the parade, making it a community parade.
Yeah,
so pretty amazing.
The wonderful town event. Another parade pulled off with style and efficiency, thanks to you and the Chamber.
And a lot of volunteers that come together. So thank you all. That's going to wrap up our holiday edition. We wish you a warm, safe, happy holiday season. I'm Michael Kasparian.
And I'm Eileen Preston. The next time you see us here in the studio is New Year's Eve with a look back at 2024. Until then,
we'll see you around town.